Okay, well your friend and you gonna have a big back then. Like what? What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatyana Edgeworth and we're back with another video. And as you can tell by the title, we are definitely locking it in the winter time. We are doing our winter glow up guide, guys. And before we go ahead and get started, I want you to go ahead and like and subscribe to your girl's channel. Don't forget, all my social media will be linked down below, and I will see you guys in the next live. So it is the winter guide, right? As you guys can tell, it is winter time. It's fall still, so because we're still like in February, March area, and we need to glow up. We want to make sure that we have a good glow up guide, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you, give you the how-to, give it to you how we're gonna make sure that our summer bodies are made during the winter time. So everybody's inside, everybody's taking their time to like be to themselves, do their New Year's resolutions, and just get their lives together. It's still the beginning of the year, still fourth quarter, so we're just gonna go ahead and give you the guide of how we're gonna go ahead and get things done and make sure that the glow up is real for 2024. So the first thing we're gonna go ahead and talk about is fitness. Now you guys know like summer bodies are definitely made in the winter. We're gonna go ahead and make sure that we're taking our fitness into counter. Like all of the weight that you said you wanted to lose, all of the six packs you said you wanted to gain, like anything that you want to do when it comes to your fitness, this is the time to do it because everybody inside right now. So everybody inside, that means you gotta be what? Making your body. Like you have no excuse to not be going to that gym like 3, 4, 5 times out of the week because you're literally, there's no pool parties right now. And you're gonna be real upset at yourself when a pool party comes around and you see everybody else with these fine bodies. You was like, dang, I was eating it up. So like the holidays is over, the summer is over. This is a time to get locked and loaded. Like we're eating healthy. Like I'm not saying that you need to calorie count because I'm personally not calorie counted, but like y'all, within I want to say a month, I lost a pound. I know y'all like, okay, that's not a lot, but to me that's a lot because honestly my scale is constantly decreasing, which is so good for somebody like me. Like I'm always back and forth with weight, but this is the first time to where my weight is actually decreasing. Now obviously that's my goal, but if you're someone who needs to go ahead and gain the weight, like eat your creatine, get your protein intake in, and just take it serious. Like the first quarter, 2 quarters, like you can literally just focus on your journey when it comes to your fitness because nobody is going anywhere right now. Like literally there's no holidays besides Valentine's Day just passed up. There's no extra holidays that's going to be real important until Juneteenth comes up in the summertime. Be outside. So like this is the time to get it right. Like eat healthy because you know when it comes to like going out with your friends and all the extra stuff, it's going to be, especially because I live in a big city, there's always something to do during the summertime. So even now, like say no to your friends. You got to be the friend that says no because you got to get locked and loaded right now because baby, when I say when you pop out during the summertime and your body looking right, they go, oh my god, Tatyana, you lost so much weight, you look so good, oh my gosh. Yeah, you know why? Because I decided to stay my butt in the house for the first time during the winter time and make sure I'm actually losing some weight. So yeah, it look like I'm getting smaller. Now I may not be at the weight that I want to be at, but we're actually making improvements and we're not playing no games this time. So when it comes to our fitness, we are literally going to the gym consistently. We're not only watching our food intake, we are going to the gym consistent. So whatever your consistent is, we don't all have a different work schedule. Like for me, I try to make it at least 5 times a week. I did have a few weeks where it's 4 times. It's okay. So sometimes if you have a goal set for 3, like whatever that you can make consistent, like if it's okay, I'm gonna go walk outside on the weekend and then only one day during the week, like just get a flow going in, a routine, so you can start focus. Because for me, when it comes to weight loss, it wasn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good, it's about my cardiovascular system, make sure I'm healthy. I hopefully will be bearing children late because I am going to be 30 in the next few years. So that being said, I have to take care of my body now. So that's why I'm focusing on it, but you need to find your why of why you want to focus on your fitness and kind of just stick to that and just get into something that you can actually stick consistent to, because I would hate for you to like start your fitness journey and go straight into it and go super hard and then fall off and then be really upset with yourself because it wasn't maintainable. Now another thing when it comes to our fitness, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, like you can't be smoking and drinking like that anymore. Like right now is the time to be slowing down on the smoking and drinking. So like all of the cocktails have sugar in it. When you're smoking hookah or tree, whatever the situation is, cigarettes, it doesn't matter. Like your lungs is getting messed up and you're not gonna be able to like really catch up when it comes to your cardio. So right now is the time. I'm not saying that you gotta completely stop, but definitely if you could do a January cleanse, February cleanse, March cleanse, whatever, a month cleanse, and then just do it slowly here and there, because you know when it's the summertime, hey, everybody having a good time, you know what I mean? So that's when everybody be falling off, which is fine, that's normal. So it's like right now, cut back on it and it helps you be really disciplined. And if you guys watch my 2024 video, you guys know consistency and discipline is literally my main 2 words that we are using for 2024. So the next thing I want to go ahead and talk about is your how-to guide. We're gonna talk about pivoting, babe. Pivoting is gonna be your next thing we're gonna work about after your fitness. Let me tell you why. Because it is a season of pivoting. Right now, there's a lot of things going on when it comes to like careers, your finances, your relationships. Like things are changing in 2024. So that being said, you need to be prepared and work on pivoting. Right now, it's the winter time. So if you have anything that you want to work on right now, this is the time to be doing it. For example, you could be pivoting in your relationships. Like you could be working on your new friendships or working with your current relationship right now, trying to figure out, okay, are you guys getting married? Are you guys breaking up? Like, are we good where we're at? Like, you need to figure out when it comes to your relationships and everything, including your friendships. Like, is this something I want to keep continuing? Is something I kind of want to break off? Like, something I want to back from? Like, is this something that's profiting me in my life right now? So when it comes to your friendships, be very careful, like, where you decide to pivot. Like, if you're going to pivot towards it or away from it. But friendships is something that you need to work on pivoting as well. And of course, you want to go ahead and pivot in your careers. Like, that's something that I'm currently trying to do. If you guys didn't know, I have a background in human resources and I'm trying to get to project management. So that being said, I need to work on fixing my resume, networking. I've literally been going to like a whole bunch of different networking events trying to get me into tech or just get into project management in general. So that's something that I'm personally working on. If you're looking for, like, you're just graduating and you just finished college or anything and you need to find a career to get into, this is a time to be looking for it, because right now we're in quarter 1. Now you guys know when quarter 2 happens for businesses, I know the quarters are different for each business, but usually quarter 2 is when they get that new budget coming in and when they start doing a lot of hires. So if you have to do what you got to do when it comes to your career, like getting a certification or working on your education, whatever you got to do, networking, you should be working on that right now while it's wintertime, because a lot of times this is when people are making money. If you're trying to get into real estate, like, you need to be looking out for agents and looking out for other investors and stuff like that. If you are somebody who's a beautician or anything, that you should be working on your education when it comes to that as well. When it's coming down to your career, you want to make sure that you are sitting there and elevating it. So if you have a business, go ahead and get that LLC right now, because it's the beginning of the year and you can claim your taxes for the whole entire year and everything like that. So I would just say, if you got anything that you're working on, the wintertime, like literally right now, is when you need to be working on it. Because when summer hits, spring is kind of like, it's a little, you know, I could stay in the house and still stay focused. But when summertime comes around, people get very unfocused. I happen to be one of those people because I love to have fun. I cannot say no to fun. So that being said, I have to be locked and loaded during this winter time, push out as much content as I can, because that's something I'm taking serious. At the same time, I'm trying to worry about pivoting, figuring out a lot of stuff. If you see my animal in the back, don't worry about them. They're just doing their own thing. But that's something that's important. You also, if you want to pivot it within your relationship with God, or when it comes to figuring out your religion or your spiritualness, like whatever you want to do that makes you happy, like that's something that you need to work on as well. Like if that's something you're pivoting to, if you're already in it, that's something that you want to solidify. Like if you want to become more spiritual, or if you want to go to church more, now is the time to get into it. Now I'm telling you. You also want to have a positive mindset when it comes to your pivoting stage, because I know it gets hard. If you're coming from being a teacher to try to get into tech, like it's hard right now, but just keep trying and get your certification, get educated. Like right now, it's so much that's not going on that you just focus on doing whatever. Like this is a time to be in the house, getting your certification, getting everything done, because again, when the summer hit, you're gonna want to be outside and having fun with Keisha and Lorraine. And I don't even know how I came up with those names. That was so fast. You're gonna be outside with Keisha and Lorraine, and you're gonna be having a good time. You ain't gonna be worried about no certification, and you're gonna be mad when you didn't pivot when you had the chance. Because at the end of the day, the market will turn around. We don't know when it will turn around, but when it does, you want to be ready for it. You don't want to sit there and wait till it turn around. Then you got people who had got their certification, or people worked on their business to where they're doing so much better because they actually decided to work on it while you were just sitting there, I don't know, scrolling on Instagram or watching anime all day. The next part, when it comes to blowing up in our wintertime, baby, we're going to talk about our finances. If you guys don't know, I literally love finances. Like, I have a passion when it comes to money, when it comes to budgeting, credit, debt, all of that good stuff. So if you guys ever want to see any separate videos about that, I can absolutely make them. But that being said, we're going to go ahead and talk about our finances, because right now is a time where you're saving money. Like, you're not going nowhere. Honestly, like your trips in the wintertime, slow them down. After that, like, you're not going nowhere. So go ahead and go to your trip in February and March. I know you probably got one booked and ready to go, but when you come back, like, you should not be spending any money until the summertime. Like, you need to be saving your money. You also need to be working on your credit, paying that debt off. There's no reason why you should be eating out right now, because one, we're working on our fitness goals, and on top of that, we're working on our savings goals. Unless you a millionaire, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be watching this video. So I don't care how much money you make. make, or whatever situation is, you can make 6 figures. Like, you still need to be having your goals. You need to make sure you have your emergency fund. You need to make sure that you have money saved up other than your emergency fund. Make sure you have your high yield savings account. Make sure that your credit score is 750 and up in order for you to, I mean, it doesn't need to be 750. Maybe I'm being dramatic, but even at least a 620. Like, the lowest, it needs to be a 620 and up. So if it's not a 620, there's no reason why that you should be spending money right now, because you need to be paying that credit card off, calling those collection companies, paying those bills off, calling those doctors, those medical bills that you didn't pay. Yeah, call them. You know who else you need to be calling? That student loan person. Go ahead and call them and be like, hey, I'm gonna work on a payment right now, because what you don't want to do is everything start backfiring and repeating and getting that interest up. You're gonna be mad when you see that bill, and that bill is 2 times or 3, 4, 5 times as much as it was, because you decided to go ahead and let it sit there. In the wintertime, you ain't doing nothing. So you need to go ahead and save your money and work on your finances. And if you're done working on your finances, you know what you should be doing? You should be giving. You should be giving. Give to your friends, give to your family, give to charity, give to anybody, give to the homeless people. Just give. I'm not saying you gotta give a lot, but I'm saying if you to the point where you got everything in order, it's your time to give, babe. Because trust and believe me, I can't wait to get that good money, because you know what I'm about to do? I can't tell y'all my plan, but just know I really want to do some nice stuff to the community, and that's my plan when I start making some good old money. And if I ever just make it, you like, hey Tati, what is that thing you want to do? You can remind me, because I'm very forgetful. But just know I know exactly what I want to do when I start making some good money and I got everything in order. Like, it's over with for that butt. So the next thing we want to go ahead and talk about is treating loneliness. Like, this is a time where you're probably going to be feeling the most lonely, because we're not as social right now. Everybody's working on getting their stuff together. This is a time that you want to spend to get to know yourself. Like, you need to start taking yourself out on dates or doing self-care inside dates. It don't have to be nothing expensive. Like, if you're going through a breakup right now or going through any friendship breakup, you literally all you have to do is just worry about yourself, what makes you happy. So any hobbies or anything that you wanted to get into, like, this is a time to get into it. If you want to rekindle any friendships or talk to any family members you haven't spoken to in a while, like, this is a time to do it, to just rekindle things. Make sure that you're still connecting with the people that you care about. And then when you're working on your hobby, make sure that it's a new hobby that you're working on, and just focusing on that. If you're feeling so lonely, whatever it is, could be doing nails, doing hair, editing videos, making content, getting the education, like whatever it is, like you can create a new hobby. Or you know what you can do, that one hobby that you had that you decided to stop, you can also do that as well. So a lot of people have hobbies that they decided to, oh, it's too hard or it's too much, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next one. Honestly, if you've really felt that passion for it, maybe you should go back and try it again and do it for real this time. So that's something that I would definitely work on when it comes to feeling lonely, and just like connecting with your friends. Honestly, like that, if you do have your friends, like connecting with your family and friends is going to help you with your loneliness during the winter time. But once you build up a good morning routine and a good routine throughout the days, you won't feel as lonely anymore. Like, you'll feel very fulfilled. And once you do that, like, you hanging out with your friends or families, and you can still do stuff that's inside. You can go over each other's houses. Me and my friends love coffee shops. Like, that's something that we always freaking do, is coffee shops. So if that's something that you're into, and your friends, if you guys are just trying to study, do work together, or whatever it is, like work on your certifications, you can go ahead and go to coffee shops and stuff like that. But when it comes to treating your loneliness, like, you just have to internalize that. Sometimes you have to journal, maybe seek out a therapist or anything that's going to help you with your mental state, just because it might get a little lonely during the wintertime if you are single. And sometimes people are in relationships and they still feel lonely, so don't feel too bad, okay? So the last thing I want to say when it comes to our glow up guide 2024 is to focus on yourself. And the reason why I'm gonna say focus on yourself, I feel like a lot of times we put a lot of energy into other people or what they got going on, to where we forget about ourselves, literally. Like, our grandma's done it, or we have that one auntie that's done it. Like, we literally just have it in our bloods, especially as women, to care about other people more than we care about ourselves. Now, it's not always, I could be a pretty selfish person sometimes, but just naturally, you know, checking in my brothers and see how they're doing. Like, okay, what's going on with my cousins? Like, oh, what's now? Like, oh, this happened. Like, sometimes it becomes a little overwhelming. But this 2024, this wintertime, we need to focus on ourselves and what we got going on, what's going to help us with our mental, and what's going to help us feel fulfilled as a person. If you want to, you can isolate yourself and just focus on, you know, journaling, listening to podcasts, listening to audiobooks, whatever's going to help you become a better person, or whatever you want to work on. Or if you want to go ahead and find friends online and just do some small stuff and get to know people, like, this is a time to actually, like, be more intimate with your friendships or your relationships, because it's not, you're not going to be outside and get distracted by the next person, whatever. Like, this is a time to where if you know somebody that you just wanted to really build a connection with, this is a time to do it, and make sure that it's genuine as well. If you do find your friends, like, find friends that are on a similar journey as yours. Like, literally all of my friends are focused on their own goals right now. They're all very different, but we all at the end of the day know that we're focusing on something. Like, we're focusing on health, career, even if we're in different career paths and everything. Like, we just know that we're very supportive, and we know that, hey, when January came around, like, literally none of us was doing nothing. Like, we literally went out to eat and had a salad and water. Like, that's what we were not playing games in January. And that's the type of support that you want from your friends. Like, you don't want no friends to be like, oh yeah, oh my god, I really love that Thanksgiving food, we should have some Thanksgiving food again, ooh, that soul food was so. No, that's not what we need. Like, I said that I'm working, so I literally in December had a conversation with my friends and let them know, hey, January comes around, I'm not drinking, I'm not doing anything like that. Like, I'm gonna be clean beanie for a very long time until I get a job again, whatever. Like, I let everything be known. I was like, I also gotta be that friend who's ordering from the appetizer menu if I do go out with you, so it ain't gonna be nothing crazy. Like, I'm gonna be ordering the water because, you know, we on a budget. Like, I wasn't playing no games, and it's still like that to this day in February and March. I don't know when you're gonna see this in February, March, but it's currently February right now. But that being said, I'm just like, that's how I've been moving. So my friends were very supportive, and I support them too. Like, one of my friends is on a Daniel fast, so I wasn't like, ooh, oh my god, you should eat this ice cream. Like, ooh, oh my god, you should have this whoop this meat with me. I wish you could have this steak with me. I did not do that. I did not rub it in the face. It was not. We were all literally supportive. I had some healthy, like, you know, order from the appetizer menu. My other friend is ordering some freaking vegetables and stuff. The other one over there, just, you know what I mean? Like, we all just stuck to what we said we was gonna do, and so far everybody's been doing really good, sticking to what they're saying, and we just been really supportive of each other. We weren't being negative or like, oh my god, she swears she bet, or she trying to get skinny on us, y'all. Like, it was none of those negative comments. Like, we're all trying to get it. We're all trying to eat. We all try to be healthy. Like, we're all trying to get to the bag. Like, so I would, if I was you, I would find like-minded friends. This was the first time in a long time when I had friends where we're like literally with each other on the same path and being very supportive. And it's not, and sometimes you do have to realize though at the same time that if you don't have that friend, isolate yourself, because I'm not gonna lie to you, sometimes it's hard to be like very positive and like try to, okay, I'm on my weight loss or whatever, or I'm on this like mental journey right now, and you have a lot of negativity or different things than what you're used to going on. Because I literally had a friend reach out to me and was like, hey, I'm on a spiritual journey right now, whoop, so I'm not gonna really be talking to nobody, I'm gonna be ghosting. She communicated with that with me. I said, that's fine. If you need my support, just go ahead and let me know. So like, sometimes it could be a self journey of what you want to do for this 2024 glow up, or you can find friends who want to do the same thing. But just know, a lot of times, like, I already put in my head that my friends may not support me in the way I would want them to support me, as in they may not be doing the exact same thing that I'm doing. So I can expect them, just because I'm serious about my weight loss this year, because I, you know, we say it every year, like, oh, we're gonna lose weight, oh, we're gonna make more money. But it's like, one day you're serious, and it's like, you have to understand that when you're serious doesn't mean that the next person's gonna be serious. And you know, y'all on different times and different paths. Just like you probably had a friend who was serious and you didn't take it serious, you know, and they have to be completely disciplined and basically be alone. So sometimes when you're going through this self-growth and trying to be a better person for 2024, you are going to be doing this alone. So if you can find friends to do it, like, make sure they're serious. But if they're not serious, it's okay, do it alone, because you don't want nobody to stop you from transpiring, from being a better person, and from reaching your goals, because you're too busy trying to, oh, well, if my friend didn't go to the gym, then I'm not gonna go. Okay, well, your friend and you gonna have a big back then. Like, what? No, like, you don't want that. So if you can't find friends that's gonna support you all the way and do the exact thing, that's fine. But just know that you're gonna have to be disciplined and do it by yourself. And I told myself I have to be the disciplined friend that's going to eat from the appetizer menu, who's going to have to say no to going out, because I don't have no money. Let's be real. Like, I have to be that friend to say, hey, I can't afford no hookah, so I ain't buying it. I'm not pitching in. So I don't know what to say. Like, when I start working again, obviously things will change, but right now it's like, I gotta buckle it up. So, and my friends were, shit, you ain't gotta worry about that, friend, I got you. Like, okay, cool. Like, because if it wasn't, then I guess I just wasn't having none. And the last thing I want to say about focus on yourself is just learning more about yourself, what you want, what you desire, what do you see yourself in 2024. Like, just journal it out, see your vision boards, just make sure that you're sticking to your quarterly goals. If you guys didn't check out my 2024 goals and everything like that, you can check that out, of like how to make sure that you're staying focused on your goals and in your blueprint and everything like that. But just, you want to stay focused when it comes to your goals. Stay focused on yourself. Like, that is the top priority of like making sure that this glow up happens this winter time, is focus on yourself. You love your friends, you love your family, you love your person, your significant other, but this is about you. This is your glow up, and nobody's gonna stop you but you. That's the only thing I'm just gonna gonna leave it with that because that is very important to know. Like, you are your worst enemy and you are also your number one supporter. So keep that in mind when you are pointing your finger. Make sure that you're in a mirror, because at the end of the day, you're the one who's gonna end up giving you the results that you want, and you're the one who's gonna stop you from doing what you want to do. So all of the negative mind, you have to change your mindset, because at the end of the day, I literally seen this podcast, not to go off on a tangent, I literally seen this podcast and they literally said, like, you tell yourself something negative, you start to believe that. You need to take that same mindset into something that's positive. Like, we believe, oh, you know, oh, I'm never gonna find a better job, oh, I'm never gonna find a better man, like, oh, you know, like, we believe that, and we never do, because we speak it into existence, literally manifestation. But we don't do that same thing when it comes to, oh yeah, I'm going to lose my weight this year, oh, I'm going to find a better job. So it's like, we have to just check ourselves about how we speak. And I know that sometimes life may happen and things are really bad and sad, but you just have to tell yourself things are going to be better. There's not an option, and you just have to be positive, because at the end of the day, you got to use that same mindset that you're being negative to for the positive stuff. So you just have to keep reminding yourself that you are going to glow up this winter, that you are going to go ahead and lose the weight or gain the weight, whatever you want to do, that you are going to pivot into that new step of being in a business or a career. Like, you are going to do it this year, because when you tell yourself that, you start putting into action to make sure that it happens. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know this is probably a little longer than you expected, but again, my name is Tatyana Edgeworth. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. All my social media and handles will be linked down below, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Okay, bye. I used to be your best friend.